Auto thing.
What we can do?
Oh man, Zach Adams, 1221 photography, kind of champion of men's health in Springfield.
Wow.
And then I would also say you're just like CPO, Chief Photography Officer of Springfield. That's my new nickname for you.
I like it. Thank you.
But here's what I want to do. For one, I'm a huge fanboy of yours, bro. Like, no lie. I was looking through all your photos and just like, you have such an amazing eye. But I want to get all to that here in a second. I want to play a little game that my kids and our family plays. It's called Water Buffalo.
Okay.
It's what's going well, what's not going well, what are you curious about? Just to kind of stir the pot, like just to kind of get us in this conversational mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going well? My mental health right now.
Your mental health.
Yeah.
Even in the winter season.
Yeah. And
Dude, I get, what is it, SAD, seasonal affective disorder? Bro, the blues hit me hard in the winter.
Yeah.
But they don't hit you hard.
Oh, it does.
Okay, but it's going well right now.
Right now, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does right now mean today or does it mean this season?
Today.
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 You know what? Mental health is a day-by-day journey, isn't it?
It definitely is.
I like that. I like that answer. So what's going well with you right now is your mental health.
Yes.
What's maybe not going so great, or what is it that's got you kind of down, or what is it that's a low water moment?
If I'm being real with you,
I want you to be real.
humanity.
I was hoping you would say that, because what I look at in Minneapolis and what I look at as people who still support Donald Trump because he is a bully, that really gets me down.
For real.
I mean, it really does get me down. And I think it's a difference between, and I was up late last night. I was like, man, are we going to get into this? I don't know. I'm not talking about Republicans, because I'm talking about there's this whole different sect. It's the diehard Trump fans.
Right.
And like, because I think there's a lot of Republicans that I might disagree with philosophically, but like we still have this common thread of caring for humanity
At a core level.
Level. And just to see the hatred, it started with Sonia Massey, and we will say her name. It continued with Renee Good, and it's continuing. And it's like, here's what I said in our church, and I believe this with all my heart. The same spirit that killed Jesus is the same spirit that is killing our brown brothers and sisters today. And it's this active empire that does not care for people. Man, and so yeah, that's got me down big time, bro.
Yeah, and it's just disheartening to see, as a person who is pretty positive and tries to be positive.
Yeah.
The lack of care for life, it seems, is what gets me down, and the oh well, or they shouldn't have did.
Oh well,
this,
he
or,
got 20 years. Oh well.
Yeah.
No, I was actually bummed last night. I was like, that's a life sentence. She was praying at the end. Sonia Massey was praying. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. Like, and then like the footage afterwards where he just like was cursing her out. That was hatred. And yes, I do get it's like this, I feel tired.
Yes.
I feel tired of seeing so many people, Christians, just not have this basic empathy. And empathy is a curse word to some people. What?
Right.
Man, I know. Yeah, we're gonna get in the weeds today. That's good. But yeah, I mean that's honest, because there are moments where I just feel really, really down about it. Yeah.
Same.
So what do you feel curious about?
Curious about probably how, in the different ways that I want to continue to document life around me.
Who's when you talk about documentation of life, first of all, you're amazing at it.
I appreciate that.
I got some questions about that.
Okay.
But who's your inspiration out there?
Like as far as what?
Documentation. Like, do you look at a source that you're like, hey, that photographer is someone that I look at, that videographer?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
Just because, like, I've been asked that question before.
Sure.
And it's like sports, music.
Okay.
I feel like movies, people have a favorite. People have a favorite artist or a favorite.
Yeah.
I honestly, for whatever reason, I've never taken the time to have a favorite photographer. I just love the craft.
You think that's because you were self-taught? Or were you self-taught?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even in the beginning, you weren't like, man, this photographer out of LA, I see their work. That whatever that is, I can kind of see it transferring over to my voice.
There probably is, but I'm very bad at remembering who did it. I'm like, that's a cool shot.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. Yeah. Okay. So documenting. So tell me about documenting life in Springfield then.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Why do you say that?
Because, when it started from farmers markets, just going out to farmers markets and seeing people be people, But I started noticing, like, now if I point the camera at somebody, I see it through the camera, they lock up. They're like, he has a camera on me. I got to act right. I got to do this. I got to do that. And it's like, so now I'm trying to be more stealthy.
Okay. You're 6'3", man. You're 6'2". How are you stealthy?
Hide behind
You got
corners.
this infectious smile and you're 6'2". How are you stealthy?
Being quick.
Okay, you're cutting on them. All right. So, like, well, what is one experience that you're talking? I mean, I want to thread at that documenting in Springfield. Tell me more about that. Is it you driving around finding different like locations where people are gathering? Is it paying attention to Facebook?
It's everything. It's going to Facebook and seeing what events are going on.
Yeah.
It's just getting lost in Springfield. Sometimes I will drive and find a spot that I feel like is a dope spot, and I'll drop a pin. And it'll be like sometimes in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes it'll be off to the side of a road. Okay. Just because, like, in that moment where I was, I can see it. I can see an engagement shoot. I can see, you know what I mean? I can see it right there in that moment. And I also want to document the homeless here or unhoused here. But I want to do it in a way that I'm not patronizing them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. It's a way to, man, the homeless, houseless, transitory community, it's such a nuanced conversation. So are you willing to jump into a nuanced conversation?
Sure.
No reservation, no. You do kind of carry a sense of credibility, so that does work for you. But there, being at the church here, we've seen this community kind of grow. And the question is, how do we love them? How do we care for people? And as we've engaged in this community, it's a very dynamic community because there's a lot of mental health struggles. Yeah. There's a lot of aggression with some. There's also some people who had some really bad cards held to them or handed to them. And man, life cycles, generational curses, bro. That's a real thing. Like trying to unlearn some of the things from your family members. That's a real reality in life.
That's why I'm in therapy now. Trying to unlearn all that stuff.
We're getting to all the different topics I want to talk about with you. But talk to me about, because you've done this before. I've listened to a lot of your different podcasts you're on and the articles you've kind of engaged in at a 10,000 foot view. So maybe these people that are new to learning about you from this community. Yeah. Talk to us about how you got into photography and just that journey.
Honestly, I think the love of taking pictures has always been there. Okay. I just didn't know what to do with it. Shout out Larry Hendricks. He was my high school art teacher.
Here in Springfield?
No, Peoria, man.
Peoria, that's right. You went to Peoria.
Yeah. And he had an after-school photography program. Okay. I think it was only like 4 of us in it.
Okay.
But, you know, he taught us how to develop and, you know, do everything. And
Were y'all working with negatives back then?
yeah,
Because it wasn't digital yet, was it?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And he told me, he said when he seen me get down on the ground and take a picture of an ant that was crawling, he was like, he knew I had something. But, you know, I didn't think that. I'm just like, if I have a camera, everybody else was standing up, just moving around, taking pictures, and I seen an ant, and I'm just like, this was interesting. So I got down and took a picture of it. And the moment that I had control over the ant being in focus, the background being in focus, that was it. That intrigued me enough to be like, I want to do this. And so I didn't have a camera back then.
Okay.
But, you know, I don't even know what they had, you know, digital camera. It was like a one shot or something back then.
Yeah.
And that moved into cell phones. And I had a cell phone, and it was never people. It was always just wherever I was.
Okay.
And then a friend's mom gave me a camera, and she's like, I haven't used it in a while. If it works, you can have it. It worked for about 2 months.
Okay. Because it hadn't, was it just older or what?
Yeah, it was an older, I think like a Canon Rebel T3 or something.
Okay.
And no idea what I was doing, just taking pictures. And then when 2016, my dad gave me a camera and took off from there.
Did your dad believe in you? That like, was he like, I see your gift?
Always.
Was he a cheerleader of yours?
Always. Even from like the cell phone pictures. Like I would get all these different angles and edit these cell phone pictures, and people would ask me like, what camera are you using? I'm like, an iPhone 10 or whatever.
But your dad's like, hey, this is my son and he's got a gift.
Yes.
Dude, that makes the world so different when I've been in therapy, I've been in therapy, am in therapy. I've had 2 dads, and they just, I think one was just a piece of garbage and just, the other really tried but was bipolar and, I know he tried his best. I know he did. But when your dad, when a kid has that cheerleader for a dad, I think it changes everything. I really do.
And just a testament to him, my biological father died when I was like 1 or something.
Okay.
He dated my mom. They broke up when I was like 4 or 5 or something, and he just stayed in my life. And he did that with another woman.
Okay.
And who I now call my sister.
Okay.
You know, so it's like for him to have a heart that big, and we share no blood. Like I will. That's my dad. You know.
Do you see that transferring over to your kids? Like, do you actively? Because it's a choice to.
100%.
It's a choice to be an active parent, and when you're tired, you're grinding, you're editing, you're at all these functions. I'm tired. You actively doing that?
It is the hardest job I've ever had. Being a parent,
It is.
by far.
It is. And we talked about unlearning. So I've got 3 kids. They're 15. I can't believe I have a 15-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And one of the things I'm learning is let them be themselves. Like, don't try to control their life. They have a passion. Let it be.
100%.
Like my oldest son, he's into like engineering, and it's like, okay, like how can we? I thought maybe you would be into other things, but because he's just a stud. He's a physical stud. He's got a 6-pack, always has, just like his dad.
Right.
No, but he's got a 6-pack and like, but he's like, I'm into engineering, and so like, okay, so we're gonna get you some drills. Like we're gonna do that. My daughter's into emo, dude. All the kids right now are into 90s bands. It's so weird to walk into my home and hear Weezer and Nirvana.
That's crazy you say that, because my daughter, she's, I have a 20-year-old daughter.
Okay.
And I have a 10-year-old daughter.
Okay.
And my 10-year-old daughter will be watching something.
Yeah.
Or a song will just be on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you know that song? It'll be something from the 80s. And I'm like, how do you know that? And she's like, it was on a YouTube video, or it was on a TikTok, or it was on the background music to a game I was playing, like Roblox.
Yeah. Hey, I watch my kids on Roblox, man. I'm like, there's some interesting stuff out there. I'm like, we're gonna limit the time. I was with my daughter yesterday. She was at archery. We were driving her back home, and Brandy and Monique came on. That Boy Is Mine.
Yes.
I said, Caroline, you don't even know what this will do to my generation. It hits us right in the gut.
Right.
She said, what? Oh, Sabrina Carpenter. She copied this song. I'm like, it's an interesting thing. But going back to photography and capturing it, tell me about how COVID, because I know COVID played a big part in your development.
It played a huge part in my development. I say to this day, without COVID, I think it would have taken me a little bit longer to get where I am now. Just because I was home for, I think, like 55 days. Okay. And just me and my daughter, you know, and I poured everything into photography. And at the time, Illinois State Museum, they were holding a thing showing like what COVID looks like to you.
Yeah.
So people turned in, you know, paintings and whatever they wanted to turn in. And I turned in pictures almost every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
And whether it was just, you know, e-learning with my daughter at home, taking signs of just taking pictures of just empty streets. Yeah. And I turned them in. And I didn't hear anything for a while. Didn't know what was going on. Yeah. And then I got contacted, and they're like, hey, can we have an exhibit of your work? And I'm like, yeah, 100%. But, you know, it was a time where we couldn't go inside. It couldn't be a bunch of people inside. Yeah. So they made them into huge stickers. And
they made them into stickers?
They stuck them on the outside of the museum.
Oh.
And I'm like,
leave it to the artist to come up with something pretty dope like that.
You know?
That's pretty cool. Okay, so I've heard you tell this story before. A lot of this is kind of your story, and it's a powerful story. Pastor, I'm not trying to be anything different than I am. I'm not I'm just who I am.
Yeah.
What does that do to your psyche that the worst thing turned into the best thing? How does that play out today? Have you given thought about it?
I haven't really.
Okay. And you don't have to answer that. Just a thought I had as I was listening to your story.
Yeah, it definitely. I don't know. I've never thought about that. Yeah. But I will say, during the George Floyd protest, that was my first time ever being involved with a protest and seeing that many people at a protest. And there's a thing, you know, some people might call it flow state or whatever, but at that protest, that was the first time it happened to me. It was a point where I didn't hear anything. I just seen what was in my camera, and I felt what was in my camera, and what I was looking through my camera. And when I took it off of my eyes, it didn't translate. For whatever reason, when I had the camera up to my face, it was this tunnel vision of feeling everything and seeing the people with their hands up, the people laying on the ground, all the signs. I took in what was actually happening, and it was mind-blowing. And that was, I'm secure enough to say that was a point in my photography where I still really didn't know what I was doing for real. Okay. And the camera I had was not the best. Yeah. But when I got those images, specifically when they made them into stickers, the dude who did it was like, the quality of these are great. He's like, I don't know what you did, what you shot with, how you edited them. Yeah. I never thought about that before then. I don't know what that was. That might have been God. That might have been, you know, whatever. But I blacked out during that protest because it was just so emotional. And then when I got home and I edited them, I was like, wow.
I would say, what I would say is all of us are formed uniquely. We're not. I think some people have said we're I don't know, like I forgot the words, but basically we're shaped, and like we're uniquely shaped. And I think when we find that unique passion, that kind of experience happens. And so as soon as you were saying that, I was like, yeah, you might not have the best equipment and you might not have the wealth of the experience, but you had the gift. You had the gift, and that was, you were leaning into that energy. You were leaning into that gifting, and gifting doesn't lie.
And I almost didn't even go.
Really?
Yeah, I almost didn't even go, because that was a time in my life where the partner I was with, I was married to her. I would say the life I was living too, I was probably disconnected from the community. I was disconnected from myself. I was disconnected from my culture. And so something in me was like, you need to go to this. You need to, even if you don't take a picture, you need to just go and witness this and be a part of this. And honestly, ever since then, it's been what I've been doing.
I wish all the people who protested for George Floyd would stand up today. They're not. It was the largest worldwide protest, and they're not. They're vacated. A lot of them are vacated.
And, you know, I can't remember if it was after that or before that. I wish the people that protested not wearing masks would have that same energy now too.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people protesting not wearing masks. Kind of a silly thing to protest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And when serious things come up to protest, now you want to sit at home.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, 2020, 2021. I feel like since 2020, we're all just really prickly and we're really tired and like, it's just, but these are, and I don't want to do a disservice to that layer and all the different things that are happening, but we are just very prickly since 2020.
I would agree.
Yes, we are. So here's my question about photography. So, you are photographer extraordinaire. You capture all the, you are, man. You're CPO, bro. I'm gonna get you a sticker. It'll be made by Word, but I'll get you a sticker. By the way, do you have that ant picture still? The picture when you took in high school?
Oh, nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh,
you want to hear something crazy about
What's
that though? That was also the first picture I ever sold.
Really?
He made us develop our own prints and frame them. And we entered into this little art gallery that was in downtown Peoria. And this dude came up to my picture and he asked me how much. I'm not thinking I'm finna sell a picture.
Right.
I'm a junior in high school.
Okay.
And I'm like, $1,000, joking. And he was like, okay, deal.
Get back, dude.
I sold an 8x10 picture of an ant on the ground. It was a tile floor, and he was in the middle of the tile, and he paid me $1,000 for a black and white picture.
Oh, I could see that $1,000 for that.
Yeah.
Well, that $1,000 back then is like $10,000 today.
Right.
But like that's pretty. You always see traces of greatness in people when you look back in their life. You can always see, this is what I could see it. They were destined to do this thing, and that's kind of what I'm picking up from that story there. Wow. Okay, so you get asked to do all kinds of photography events.
Yeah.
I mean, our first professional women's baseball.
Yeah.
You do bat mitzvahs or bar mitzvahs. Both. You're hanging with the gov. You know, you're doing everything. So here's what I'd say. You're in all these different situations. What is it that the most common, like, you're noticing something that most people are missing as they walk into a room.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that we're missing? Like, what are we not noticing that maybe when you walk in, you're like, oh, I'm noticing this thing in this situation. I know each situation is different, but is there something you're like, oh, most people are just going to walk right by that? I thought about the question a lot to really get in your world. So sorry if that's like a...
No, that's a great question.
Okay.
Probably that everybody in the room, whether it's a happy situation or a sad situation or like, okay, I'll give you examples. If it's a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah, everybody can't see everybody else's joy or excitement, you know. Same with a sad situation, or same with like, you know, if I do a press conference or something serious, I can tell everybody in the room is nervous, you know.
Yeah.
Anticipating, you know, whether they got to speak or, you know, present something.
Yeah.
I can see it from a mile away.
Maybe would you say it's a depersonalization of the situation?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that because you feel very connected in the moment. So I'm kind of like, maybe sometimes it's just hard to explain a gift. And that could be it.
Maybe, yeah.
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 Because I'm like, I hear you saying you're a little deconnected, but then your photographs are deeply connected to the moment. And maybe it's just that you just cannot explain a gift sometimes.
And you can't explain, like, I'm still trying to figure it out. But looking through a camera is just different from seeing it with your eyes.
That's so true.
But at the same time, I wish, if this makes sense, I wish a camera could be made to see what my eyes see. You know what I mean? Like
metaverse glasses? Is that what you're talking about?
No, like sometimes I will see, you know, like on tall buildings, the fire escape.
Yeah.
I envision like doing a photo shoot on the ground from somebody up there, but instead of zooming in and framing them on the fire escape, I want to get everything my eyes already see and not have to frame it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, it can be done with photography, but with multiple pictures and stacking them together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I want to get a camera that sees what my eyes see and can capture that. But maybe that's the purpose of a camera, to not be able to do that, you know?
Yeah.
So you can take in something better with your eyes.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, you know, with the camera.
I had not thought about that. That's an interesting to pick your mind and hear how your mind. First of all, just from bottom up to the stairwell, like
Right.
I've never would have even put those two together. That's not on my bingo card at any point in my life thinking about that. Man, your mind's really brilliant. Your mind's really brilliant. The second thing I would ask about photography is that you have been lended a credibility by the community for your work.
Yeah.
You're a voice in the community. When did you start feeling that? And I hope you don't say when you got an award, you know, because I don't feel like that's when the moment happens.
You know when I felt that?
Yeah.
For real?
For real.
When I captured baby June's death. For people who don't know, it was a little girl. I forgot her age, but she died of a cancer. And I think she was like 4. And the family reached out to me because I've done previous work for somebody that they knew.
Yeah.
And so they reached out to me. I still really didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, they said a little girl's make-a-wish was to have a parade. And so I'm like, okay, I'm documenting a parade.
Yeah.
But then when I seen her and they explained to me like she can die at any moment, I'm like, wow, okay. So I did my best to document everything I could and not hold back. Like, I try to also have like respect when I'm taking pictures.
Yeah.
But if somebody hires me for a funeral, I'm gonna get the sad moments. I might not be in their face trying to get it, but I need to capture that. And so that's what I did at that parade. And I was the only person allowed like in the house. And she was watching it from the front door, like watching the parade. So when I was the only person allowed in the house to get like candid moments of the family interacting with her and people saying goodbye and all that stuff. But when I posted them and when I gave them the family that, so many people reached out to me and was like, you captured that so amazingly, and you don't understand what that did for me. My child died from a cancer. I wish I would have thought about something like that. And like, I still have people being like, that's when I started following you, when you did that.
I literally have goosebumps after, and I'm not one that gets goosebumps a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's powerful. And like that resonates with your message, because every time I've read an article about you, it's like capturing humanity. What does that mean? What does that mean? That's exactly what that means, is seeing somebody at their most vulnerable.
100%. And that, since this day, I've done June's parents' new maternity shoots. I've done their wedding. I've done other family members' family pictures. Like, I feel a part of their family now. And that's also a crazy feeling, like when I get in situations where my pictures mean something to people, they thank me on a level that I wasn't expecting. And a lady contacted me who has like a body dysmorphia situation. And her therapist told her, you need to have somebody take a picture of you so you can see what other people see. Because I guess it was a disconnect when she seen herself in the mirror. But her therapist said it works different if you see a picture. So she contacted me, and it was probably the quickest session I've ever done, because she was like, I just need to do this for me. She took off everything, and it was just like her bent over, and like her spine and like her bones, and how skinny she was. But in her mind, she was like 300 pounds. You know what I mean? So I had to capture this in a way to really let her see, like, you're the furthest thing away from 300 pounds. Like, you can see all of your bones. You know what I mean? And that's one message that I wish got out there more, because when I posted it, it got flagged as promoting eating disabilities.
Facebook,
Instagram, everywhere. And I'm like, that was one that, it was up for maybe 10 minutes. And in that 10 minutes, I probably got 20 messages about, this helped me. How did this help this lady? I want to do something like this. I also got, that was triggering. I used to have an eating disorder that set me back, that upset me. And I'm just like, I didn't think about that side of it either. But, there's two sides to all coins.
I mean, that's a very human answer to, when you are deputized by a community to have a voice, that recognition that your voice will be for the positive, but it will also affect people in other ways.
100%.
Yeah. See, that's just a liability of mine, is that I just carry it, that because I'm a pastor, I walk in the room, some people are like, man, love it, I'm so glad you're here. Others are like, your profession has wounded me. Walls are up. And it's just like, and I get it, because there's a lot of crappy pastors out there.
There are.
So I get it. Kind of piggybacking on that, as you're just a champion for men's health, man, I was like, man, do you talk about men's health? Because it's such a personal thing. So I want to depersonalize it for a second. And I want to say, in your experience with men's health, what are some signs that maybe go unnoticed, that men are really good at hiding things? Well, we think we're good at hiding things, maybe. But what are some things where we're trying to suffocate that wound that come out, that like we're trying to hide it? What are some things that we need to pay attention to?
Not ever talking about how you feel. Not ever talking about emotions, or I used to be like, coming up, man up, don't cry, men don't cry.
90s, 2000s.
And so, but after going to therapy, and honestly, after having daughters, I'm like, I can't hold this in. I need to have space to either to learn how to manage my emotions simply for them. You know, because when they come to me, I can't have an attitude of man up.
No, you can't do that with
girls,
daughters.
you
No,
know?
you can't do that with daughters.
So I had to.
We shouldn't do it with boys either, but you
Right.
can't do that with daughters.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had to, really get in tune with that.
So maybe when they're out of sync with other relationships in their life, they're kind of like falling back on old systems of thinking is really when we need to start paying attention.
Yeah. Or when they get quiet. And if they're already quiet,
Yeah.
if they're like radio silence, like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why, like, a lot of times, like, I'll just check in on even if I'm not like super close with you.
Yeah.
If I'm used to you posting all the time,
Yeah.
whether it's content or just funny stuff or about your day or whatever,
Yeah.
and I see 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks go by, I haven't seen anything from this person. I'm just, hey, friendly check in, like, how are you? How are things? And sometimes just that is what they needed.
Yeah.
They still might not even tell me anything.
Yeah.
They just might be like, somebody cares.
But the act of showing up.
Right.
That's really important in mental health. I can remember when I've had low seasons, and when I was in my doctorate, dude, I was just in a low season. And the grace that my advisor had for me, I mean, when I say meltdown, I mean, I wasn't like melting down, like, crying, weeping on the floor or anything like that. But it was like, I just wasn't in a good headspace. And like, my work wasn't the best. My writing wasn't the best. My thought patterns weren't the best.
Yeah.
I couldn't turn anything in on time. And just the grace he showed me when I was at my worst, I think that's life-changing for me. Yeah.
100%.
Showing up. What I'd also tell the people who are men in particular who are looking for a therapist, the therapist is so important, and give yourself permission to find the one that works for you, because I've gone through several.
What makes them not work for you?
You know what? So like, for me in particular, the last therapist I had, it kind of got wrecked because my wife came into the session and it was just me and him.
Yeah.
Here's what I'd say is, like, you need your own therapist, your significant other needs their therapist, and then you need an independent couples therapist. Because it was like, he was like, hey, tell me about all this stuff. And I got so mad because, she's airing all the dirty laundry. And I'm like, I got defensive. And I'm like, well, this is why I did this. And this is why. And he's like, why are you getting mad? Because you're airing all my dirty laundry, bro. But what worked for me was he was like the guy on Good Will Hunting. He just was no nonsense and just kind of, he called me out on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, yeah, you're not that great, or whatever it was I was thinking through. He's like, yeah, just so you know, your thinking's off. And like, I needed that level of candor in my life. That's what works for me. There are other people I know so deeply, they could not handle that level of candor.
Yeah.
Because in those moments, I'm going to push back right back on you, dude. Yeah. You're coming at me. I need somebody who can at least take what I'm coming right back at you. And so that's the relationship I need. Others need more of a nurturing. Others need more of a philosophical, existential. So I guess it's individual, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And, having the will to learn and change.
The other thing, you got to show up as your true self.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've shown up to counselors as my false self, my shallow self, my pretend self. It doesn't work. If you're not your true self and you're not willing to name the realities, don't go, because you need it. You need those experiences, but you're never going to get to its fullest until you show up as your true self.
I think I would also say, don't wait for something traumatic to happen to start therapy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what I did. But I feel like that was a way for me to be my true self because
out of the rubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was after my divorce, and it was like the first time I had like a suicidal thought. And it was like not of actually doing it, but it was like, would anybody care if I wasn't here?
Yeah.
And that was enough to be like, I need to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Thank you for sharing that and naming that. I think I was telling my daughter this, like when we bring light to a situation, I'm gonna go pastoral again. When we bring light to a situation, it often gets better. Like we try to put it in the darkness and hide it, and like it just festers, it grows.
100%.
Light comes in, other people can love you. Your significant other can say, you're valuable. Your daughters can say, Dad, I love you. Like we need that. You're valuable. Yeah. Thank you for naming that. That was really, I feel very honored that you would share that. Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you. We'll get you out of here. 10 years ago, what would you call success? Today, what is Zach calling success?
Wow. 10 years ago, I would have said success is a bunch of money.
Okay.
A bunch of money.
Yeah.
Stuff that didn't matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And now success to me, walking into a home that I know is full of love.
Ooh.
That's success to me. Money can't buy that, you know?
Oh, that's such a good answer. Because I grew up in a house that was not full of. My mom loved me. My stepdad tried to love me, but like there was, it just, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's such a, you gave flesh to a real substantive feeling that you can feel places when there's no love, and you can feel it when your significant other and your kids look at you with love. Brother, you can change. You can go to any situation.
Any situation.
Thank you for dropping by, man. I appreciate it.
Glad to be here, man.
I love it, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
for
That
having
was
me.
good, dude.